Yeah, I think also like I try to lead quite a sort of healthy lifestyle now. So I lost a lot of weight a few years ago and got fitter, and that really helped me and changed my diet, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that enables me to kind of balance things a bit better.
How did you change your diet? What did you do?
So it's funny actually. I've got two sons. My oldest one is 9, and my youngest is he's turning. No, sorry, my oldest is 8, and my youngest is turning 7 in March.
Yeah.
And when my youngest was born, I was listening to an interview with Chris Liebing.
Yeah.
And he was talking about veganism.
Okay.
And he said that when he turned vegan, he had this insane amount of energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, at the time, there's literally 18 months to the day between my two sons in age. And so I had this newborn baby and an 18-month-year-old toddler. And it was just nuts.
Yeah.
It was nuts. So I was so exhausted. I was like, oh, a bit of energy could do with that at the moment, you know. And he was talking about like the environmental side of it and health benefits and food industry and all this animal welfare kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, you should watch this documentary if you're interested in this called Cowspiracy, Netflix. So okay, when I watched that, and I was like, oh wow, this is like quite a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just give it a go, and started off by doing like 1 meal a day for a week, and then did 2 meals, and then after that I just went full vegan and felt absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I just felt like I didn't need to sleep as much, I had so much energy, and I could eat because I don't have the best relationship with food. So I find that if I have these rules where I can't have certain things, it helps me.
Yeah.
So, you know, not being able to eat dairy and stuff, which I'd love cheese and stuff like that before. So that helped me. And yeah, I've been vegan ever since. That's nearly 7 years now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think the thing is with diet, it's just whatever works for you, right? Like I've got friends that do the carnivore diet and it's the best thing they've ever done. And I got things that do keto and it's the best thing that's ever happened to them, and same with vegan, vegetarian. It's just whatever fucking works for you. I think everyone's bodies are so different. Unless you're doing something for the environmental side of things, which I respect massively. But I do think you can, if you're willing to, you can eat meat with a healthy environment on top of that as well, if you're willing to do that. It's hard, but it's definitely doable, especially in the UK. We have great meat in the UK and we have all of that. But yeah, it's interesting how many people nowadays are going down that route, and I think it's great as long as it makes you feel good. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, and it's mad because a couple of years ago my dad was really suffering with arthritis.
Yeah.
And I said you should watch this documentary, and I can't remember which one it was now, but they were talking about vegan diets helping people with arthritis, and he was in that much pain. He was just like, well, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And he was the last person you would expect to be vegan. He used to constantly like take the piss out of me.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you know, if we go out for food, like I was just always the awkward one to him, you know.
Yeah.
And he's in his like late 70s.
Yeah.
And one day he just said, no, I'm gonna do it. And so him and my mom have been vegan for a few years.
Yeah.
And they're like the last people you'd expect.
Yeah. Especially that age group is like very meat and 2 veg, isn't it? Like,
and it massively helped him. He's like, he's not gone, the arthritis, but it's hugely reduced.
Yeah. It makes sense. I think it's also limitation diets, isn't it? It's like you're limiting yourself to what you can and can't have. And I think that automatically means that you're not putting as, if you're eating a healthy vegan life, like you're not putting as much shit in your body at all. Like it's very easy to like, there's a lot of things that have dairy in that you don't realize have dairy in. And the minute you start looking, you're like, oh shit, I can't have that, I can't have this, I can't have that. And you're like, well, I'm only eating very raw things, if you know what I mean. And I don't know if I agree with all the fake meats and stuff like that, but
yeah, I don't really do that.
No.
I find it a bit odd. Like sometimes it's quite nice, but generally I just don't really try and eat food which imitates meat or other dairy stuff, you know.
I just don't think it's like, yeah.
And processed food as well. I try and cut all that out.
That's the thing, is I know people that are vegans and they have the worst possible diet.
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's very easy to do.
It's kind of like, if you're not willing to put the research in on what you should be eating and shouldn't be eating, like it's easy to go to McDonald's and get chips, get some fries, and get the vegan burger, and you think you're eating healthy. No, you're eating worse than what you would be if you're eating meat. But yeah, I think realistically, like if you're eating healthy foods, it's great. How did that change? How did that help your mental as well? Did that change your mental?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I developed better concentration and just generally felt
great,
happier.
Yeah, love that.
But also, like I mean, I can't at the moment because I'm recovering from my surgery, but I exercise a lot. Yeah. I love to exercise, and that helps keep me calm and you know, a bit more balanced.